Hello there, my name is Mariinka, and now we will unveil the top news of recent days. Ukrainians destroyed a Russian ship again. It is already the 23rd. This time, the large landing ship Novocherkassk was destroyed in Feodosia Bay.
The fleet in Russia is getting smaller and smaller. This time the large landing ship Novocherkassk is following the flagship of the Black Sea Fleet of the Russian Federation, the cruiser Moskva. Dress on your pants and leave our Crimea before it is too late. Mykola Oleshchuk, commander of the Air Forces of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, on Telegram.
The first attempt to attack the Novocherkassk was on March 24 last year, 2022, in the port of occupied Berdyansk. Today, the occupied ship was finished. As was reported by the Air Force, Ukrainian tactical aircraft attacked Novocherkassk with cruise missiles. Earlier, residents of Feodosia in the temporarily occupied Crimea wrote in social media about loud explosions over the city and a fire in the port. The Ministry of Defense of Russia is also talking about the destruction of the ship. It was difficult not to notice such a strike or to name it as a work of air defense. However, as usual in Moscow, they lied. They said that the ship received minor damage. According to published photos, the ship as such no longer exists, not even a skeleton. After all, the smoke rose from the port until the very morning, and the detonation took place for almost an hour, which indicates that there were missiles or ammunition there. Well, now there is no ship or ammunition. And in Moscow, they said that they shot down 2 planes that launched these missiles, Su-24. It is surprising that they were not F-16s, although after yesterday's lie about 4 destroyed Western planes, is there nothing to lie about today? In order to somehow smooth out their defeat, the Russians will probably launch a dozen missiles or drones over Ukraine in the coming days. And by custom, all places where Russian shells will be shot down will be called NATO bases. In the meantime, according to information from the Navy of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, there are no enemy ships in the Black or Azov Seas. Something must have happened. Russian Defense Minister Shoigu reported to Putin about the capture of Mariinka by Russian troops. In the 2 years, this is at least the 7th report of the capture of the city. This is another winning fable designed for those with short memory. In fact, the fighting in Mariinka continues, and all statements about the complete capture of the city are untrue. I should know that Mariinka as a city practically doesn't exist anymore. The Russians turned it into ruins, just like Popasna, Volnovaha, Rubizhne, and many other settlements of Ukraine. The enemy's attempts to seize the suburb of Donetsk have been going on for almost 2 years, which proves the resilience of its defenders.
Mariinka is precisely the point where we carry out the main task. We undermine the enemy's defense capabilities, we destroy manpower and military equipment, the means that are still used there. Russia is already under Mariinka and Avdiivka forced to use old equipment. There are no new ones. They don't have time to rehabilitate the old one either. Therefore, there are already signs of limiting Russia's capabilities in such important directions.
I suggest that the Russian military reporter simply made proofs and post a video from Mariinka. It's not hard. Show joyful residents meeting the Russian army, flags on houses, parade of equipment on the streets. When the Ukrainian armed forces were liberating Kherson, Izum, Balakleya, Kupiansk, we posted such footage. Now let the Russian side show the happy, freed Mariinka. The first group of Ukrainian pilots has completed the basic training program in the UK and started training on F-16 fighter jets in Denmark, the UK government. The training began in August and involved piloting and learning aviation terminology in English. 6 Ukrainian pilots have completed their training and 10 more are staying in the UK for basic flight training, aviation, medicine study and centrifuge training.
I am proud of the support the Royal Air Force is providing to the next generation of Ukraine's combat air pilots and ground crew, who will be the first line of defense in protecting Ukraine's skies. While Ukraine was highly vulnerable to attack from Russian aircraft, drones and missiles in the early months of the invasion, with support from the UK and our allies, its armed forces are now able to intercept and destroy the overwhelming majority of incoming ordnance, protecting their civilian population and vital infrastructure, Grant Shapps, Defense Secretary of the United Kingdom.
The British program aims to provide pilots with the skills needed to progress to the next stage of training on Western fighter jet and bring them closer to a standard NATO approach to flying. Pilots learn general control procedures, instrument piloting, medium and low-level navigation, and formation flying. I'll remind you that earlier Volodymyr Zelensky thanked the Dutch Council of Ministers for their decision to prepare the initial 18 F-16 fighter jets for their delivery to Ukraine. And according to Air Force spokesman Yuri Ignat, in addition to planes and pilots, it is necessary to prepare airfields and engineers for maintenance. That concludes today's video. Thank you for watching. Stay updated. Comment, like and subscribe to our UATV English channel for more news from Ukraine. Your support really matters. Goodbye.